Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Today we are going to start chapter number 9, sources and effects of heat energy. Beta, we know that everything is made up of atoms or molecules. These atoms and molecules are in a constant state of motion. They are either vibrating on their mean position or moving freely. And it is the motion of the particles that create another form of energy called the heat energy. Heat is a form of energy that can travel from one body to another. We can define heat as it is the transfer of energy from an high temperature object to a low temperature object. There is difference between temperature and heat. Temperature is the measure of how cold or hot something is. Okay student, next we have to study about the sources of heat. The biggest source of heat is sun. Sun is the biggest source of heat. The heat that comes from the sun is the result of the reaction, that is fusion reactions that are going on at the surface of the sun. And as a result of these reactions, heat energy, light energy along with sound is also produced during these reactions. The temperature at the surface of sun is 6,000 degrees Celsius due to the heat produced by these fusion reactions. The heat that comes from the sun is required to keep our bodies warm. We need heat for ripening crops and fruits, for keeping the earth's environment warm. It is also required for melting of ice on the mountains. In addition to these, the heat energy of the heat and light energy of the sun is also very essential for the process of photosynthesis that is going on in plants. And this process is very vital, because by this process the plants prepare food not only for themselves but for all the living organisms in this world. So without photosynthesis, no food, no life on earth. Our next source is from food. But the living organisms get the energy that is needed to carry on different life processes from the food that they eat. Their fuel is food. The food that is eaten is of different kinds: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, vitamins. All these things we take as food. And the food that we take, it provides us energy. You know that respiration is the energy producing process. During the process of respiration, glucose is broken down when it reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water, along with large amount of energy that we use to perform different activities of life. Different metabolism. Metabolism is a collection of anabolism and catabolism. Respiration is an example of catabolism process in which the molecule is broken down. Formation of protein muscles in our body as we grow is the example of anabolism process, and anabolism and catabolism are collectively known as metabolism. Clear? Our next source is of heat is from fossil fuels. You know very well about fossil fuels: coal, natural gas, oil, petroleum. All these are natural fuels. And the heat energy is produced by the burning of the fossil fuels. The heat energy that we use to cook food also comes from the fossil fuel. We burn natural gas, wood or coal to cook our food. Petrol that is burning in the cars, buses, trucks enables them to run on the road. The heat energy that is produced from fossil fuel is also used to produce electricity in the thermal power stations. Next, the source of heat is from electricity. Electricity is also used to produce heat. You know that we use electric heater to warm our rooms. Effects of heat. All kind of material objects are made up of tiny particles such as atoms and molecules. And when an object is heated, the object expands. This expansion of material objects on heating is called thermal expansion. On the other hand, when an object is cooled, the object contracts. This contraction of material object is called thermal contraction. Students, our next topic is thermal expansion and contraction in solids. But as we know that all matter is made up of tiny particles that may be either atoms or molecules. In solids, the objects particles are strongly packed with each other. They do not move from one place to another. The motion of the particle in solid is only vibrating. They only vibrate on their fixed position. Vibrating means they move to and fro about their fixed position. When solids are heated, the vibratory motion of their particles increases. They begin to vibrate fast, and when they begin to vibrate fast, they do not leave their position. They push one atom push another atom, and they move some bit further apart. And then we say that this is the expansion in solids. When these solids are cooled, their vibrating motion gets slow. They do not push one another, and they come on their original mean position, and in this way there is contraction in solids. But the degree of expansion and contraction in solids depend upon the nature of the substance. For example, 1 meter long brass rod increases 1 millimeter in length when its temperature increases by 100 degrees Celsius, but iron rod of the same length expand only 0.6 millimeter for the same increase in temperature. Some solid expands or contract very little, and we may not notice their expansion or contraction on heating or cooling. Different metals expands or contracts at different rates. Thank you.